Hello, welcome to another episode of Sarah's Room. On today's episode, we'll be having a conversation on a question that came up. I saw it online on Twitter. It was a feminist that she said that marriage is basically like a patriarchal institution, and she doesn't see the reason why women are getting married to men and all of that. And I just thought this would be a very good opportunity to actually have a conversation with couples that have been married for a while. Because I think this this question is not a question for single people. This is a question for people who are actually in the marriage. So on today's episode, we have one couple in the house. I think we've had Ore on the show before. So this time around, we brought her husband. Abi, she brought her husband with her. Yes, because if I see that he brought his wife now, somebody will go online now go and say his patriarchy at work again. So she brought
They
her
came
husband.
together. That's why she brought her husband. They came together.
They came together. So please state your names and let's do the way police we do. Please state your names and your titles for the record.
My name is Oroluwa Ishola.
And what do you not do?
I am Oroluwa Ishola.
That's all.
Mm.
Okay.
Okay, good afternoon. My name is Fortunate Adediwara.
Okay.
I'm the husband.
Okay.
The husband that was
I'm the
brought.
wife. That didn't come. That did not bring her husband.
Okay. So, can you tell us about it, like a bit about yourself and what marriage means to you personally?
Do you want to start?
Yes.
Okay, yes. So, I'm a dad of two, been married for over 7 years now. I'm a pastor, a product designer, and also a business owner. I see marriage as, will I say, I don't want to say one of the most important things because truly it's not that marriage is something that is compulsory for everyone. But I see the union as something beautiful, as something God ordained. And in a way, it reveals the nature of God. True marriages reveal the nature of God. Yeah, so over to you.
Our daddy has spoken. Can never be me. Anyways, I I don't even know what to say that I do. I do plenty things. Plenty things. I I am a polymath. Let me just put it that way. I do a lot of things, a person of many skills and talents. So I'm not going to box myself right now and say I do this. But what marriage means to me is, uh, I think marriage to me is a gift of God to man. You know, when he said it is not good for man to be alone, that's God's one of God's solutions to loneliness is marriage, and God had man in mind when He created marriage. So marriage to me is many things. It's gift of God. It's a solution to a problem that God saw. It's creative in nature. Yeah, let me just round it up there.
So what's like your outlook like on marriage, like a general outlook on marriage, not just yours, but like on marriage generally. Like what do you think about marriage generally? Like is it like positive outlook about it?
Generally,
Hmm.
yeah, I, I think, not I think, I have a positive outlook on marriage. I love marriage. I love love.
Because of your own experience of it.
No, no, but because of what I have come to know, not just because of my own experience. My experience of marriage from the beginning was not necessarily rosy or beautiful. Let's put it that way. So it's not necessarily because of my own experience, but because of what I have come to know now about marriage. So it's positive. I pray for people all the time to get married. So if I did not have a positive outlook, I wouldn't be doing that.
Has there been any cultural or religious belief that has shaped your understanding of marriage? Let's have
Okay,
fortunate answer that one
okay,
first.
okay. Yeah, but now it's like I'm doing this talking.
Has there been religious or
Yes,
cultural?
cultural or religious beliefs that have shaped your ideas of marriage. Like because when
At
we're younger, they
first,
will tell us that there are some things that we should not do, like in marriage, or if you are going to get married. There's all this cultural theme about marriage.
no, I won't say that. I think what shaped my understanding of marriage was seeing my dad and mom. It was beautiful.
So they did not tell you that there's one thing in your tribe, or they did not tell you that it's
Oh no, no, no. My parents kept that completely away from us because I was fortunate enough to be born to uh, two true believers that were not just after their own selves, but they were after the good of the union and the children, everyone. So it was very beautiful to watch both of them grow and even make sacrifices on their own. Although, yeah, we can't say they were perfect, no, but uh, I grew up till when my dad passed. I I only experienced maybe two slightly heated arguments. Is it that they did not have issues? They had, but they learned to settle their issues away from the children. And at all times, they always uh, put forth their best effort as much as they could. So that really shaped my understanding of marriage, how I should approach marriage. Shouldn't be from a point of, oh, I believe this is who I should be as a man. Oh, this, that. No.
You were lucky. Oh. Some of us, they told us that you wake your husband wake you up by 12 a.m. in the morning to pound food, and you must wake up.
No, 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 no.
Ah,
No. Although my mom was the better cook of the two of them, but I know
the
the
better
amount of
cook,
times
the,
that my dad actually,
the better
I
cook did
can
not really
remember
matter.
the amount of times my dad would go in to cook something.
Mm.
He enjoyed my mom's dishes. He enjoyed them, not even out of maybe compulsion. He loved it. But at the same time, he also made sure he did the things that he always came in every time. Yeah, so
Alright. They did not tell you that if you want to starve your husband, you should kneel down and starve.
No, I never grew up in such a home, anyways.
Because I think I still saw like on TikTok where somebody was saying where a pastor was saying that a woman should even be she should not be standing up to cook in the kitchen. She should be kneeling down because it's her husband she's going to serve and everything. Like these are like some of the cultural.
No, no, that's not cultural.
Yeah, that's
Not just even stupidity. There are some people that they are nursing mental issues, and
oh
they've
yeah,
and
yeah,
they've masked it with religion.
yeah.
They've sprinkled religion all over.
Mm,
They've sprinkled religion all over their mental health problems. And because there are some people that are feeding off such nonsense that
Yes,
day to day gulp it down and they take it hook, line, and sinker. Because I don't know what sense is there when you're telling someone to cook while kneeling because it's their husband. Who is their husband? Is their husband God?
the
Even
head of
God,
the house.
what is the house? Is the house a dynasty, an eternal dynasty? Like, it's stupid. But I never grew up with any of those, anyways. But I think for me, what really shaped my perspective on marriage is that's still the question.
Hmm.
Okay. What shaped my perspective on marriage really was God. Let me put it that way. I wouldn't say religion because religion can be warped into whatever anybody wants to warp it to. I would say my relationship with God. Because growing up as a PK, seeing all sorts of things, once in a while when you happen to hear all manner of counseling that your parents are doing and all of that. And unlike him, my parents weren't exactly perfect examples either. So growing up to seeing marriages here and there always having issues, I didn't really fancy the idea of marriage. I never really wanted to get married, but here we are. We have born two children for our brother in Christ. But back to serious issues, as I got to know God more, I started seeing, the clearer picture of what God really wants for marriages. And I think that has been what has shaped my perception of marriage, really, not cultural. When you say culture, not culture.
You said something now. The both of you have actually said something about growing up in Christian homes and being children of religious leaders. I want to use the word religious leaders now that we don't get into specifics, but religious leaders. Uh, have there been situations where, like, you saw your parents handling, like, counseling other families, and you were like, "Ah, I think this is how marriage is for some people. I probably don't want to have anything to do with it." Have there been times like that when you were younger, when you felt that way?
Yeah, absolutely. I think I dabbled into that as well. That seeing marriages, all around in church, counseling from my parents and all of that made me kind of shrink away from the idea of marriage. That why is that marriage so chaotic? And women were usually the one at the disadvantaged end of it. So I would say God created me as a feminist. Let me put it that way because
Because, like, see, the way you said that, God created you as a feminist, and when I remember there was a time I was talking with somebody about this feminism stuff, and I was like that a lot of people just a lot of ladies just want to say, okay, I'm a feminist, and they think feminist is just hating men. And I
um,
tell people a number of times that feminism has nothing to do with hating men
at all.
at all. It's basically just you coming out to say, I deserve as much rights and respect as the next person, regardless of gender. And but some of them believe that, I think that's where the question even came from of whether marriage is a patriarchal institution, because there's this belief that you cannot be a feminist and then you are getting married to a man.
That's it.
yeah. I think many people actually mask their hatred for men under feminism. And apart from that, now I'm not saying maybe the certain hatred for men is unwarranted. There are some people that they've had terrible experiences with men and they just don't want to have anything to ever do with a man. But as valid as their experiences are, it does not make feminism a thing of women versus men. Because many people cannot get over or they can't seem to understand that if you truly say you're a feminist, it should be that you are fighting for all, for equality amongst all, and sometimes not even equality but equity with all, no matter the gender, no matter the whatever. I believe that's what, if you're not practicing that truly, then I don't think you're a feminist. I think you're just practicing witchcraft.
It's mostly it's misandry. It's misandry. So I really want to ask this question because I think this is the basis for the failure of a lot of marriages. Okay, so who holds the power in marriage, emotionally, financially? You understand? And like who holds the power in the marriage? And is the power more of like a is it like a fluid thing, like it can switch between both? And how even is the switching, or how uneven is it?
Okay,
If you can give examples too, it would be nice.
yeah. I think some people don't actually understand what marriage is because hearing power in marriage is something that to me seems very will I say weird or off-putting, in the sense that when God made Eve and brought Eve to Adam, the Bible records that the two of them would become one flesh, not two individuals, not two people struggling for authority or for dominion. No, it is the two of them being one flesh, and that is the two of them being one, having one understanding, united in purpose, in assignment, in action. So there is no unity without agreement. And that is one of the most important things in marriage. It is not that one person is more powerful than the other. It is not that one person commands more than this other person, but that the two of them are able to work together in union to make sure that they birth the will of God for themselves as individuals, for their children if they have one, and uh what's it called? Oh, sorry, my voice is going off. I'm using my pastoral voice for themselves as individuals, for the people around them, for their world. So marriage should never actually be a thing of power. Oh, this person has more power. And I know many people they're quick to quote, uh, wives, submit to your husband. as unto the Lord. But when you look at that scripture, really, you will see that the two of them have great roles to play in the union. The wife, yes, submit to your husband as unto the Lord. The husband, love your wife, meaning that the husband is ready to make sacrifices. The husband is ready to dedicate himself at the detriment of his own self. So there shouldn't actually be a thing of power, so to say. It is that the two of you come together and you become one.
I absolutely agree with Fortunate on this. We were speaking earlier, and we're going over the questions, and I said earlier that once there is an issue of who holds more power or when once there's such an issue in marriage, then there's abuse in the marriage. There is abuse. When I say abuse, I don't mean maybe physical,
Yes.
domestic. I mean like that's both parties that are in marriage don't understand what marriage should be, and once there is a lack of understanding of a thing, abuse is inevitable.
Yes.
You begin to that thing will begin to malfunction in you know in its purpose or in its functionality. So there shouldn't be an issue of who holds more power or who is more powerful, either emotionally, financially. No,
I
there
think the
shouldn't be
reason
anything
why
like that.
this issue of the power dynamics come up is because uh if we look at it, there was a time in Nigerian history where it was quite the norm to marry girls as young as 10, 12,
Mhm.
13 to men that were to boys or
not
men
not
that
not
were
not in Nigeria, not in the whole of Nigeria though. Let's not normalize an historical anomaly. That was not the reality in all of Nigeria. It's not a
but it
normal
was
thing.
but it was the reality for a lot of poor families.
Not in all of Nigeria.
Mhm.
It was not a normal thing in Yoruba land of necessity.
Mm.
The child marriage was not really an issue in Yoruba land.
Mm. Okay, let's say it was not an issue in Yoruba land, it was an issue in a lot of tribes in Nigeria.
I'm not saying it was not an issue in Yoruba land. I'm saying of like
It was not common.
exactly. Let's put it that way. It
Yes,
wasn't
it wasn't
common.
common. Yes. So like so when these kinds of marriages like happen or occur, there's always going to be this the best it's still the best word to still use would be that there's a power shift in because the two of them there's a very huge age gap, and
Mm.
then there's because of the age gap there's more reason for the man not to see the woman as anything more than a child.
Even in marriages that there were not much
Mhm.
age gap and all of that,
Mhm.
that there was still
Mhm.
power tussle. So I think it's not the problem did not stem from child marriages. The problem stemmed from the patriarchal system of our culture
Hmm.
and our tradition generally.
Yes, but even forgetting like our own culture now, let's move into more. Okay, for instance, imagine getting married to a man that is like, imagine if you like you got married to somebody like maybe Dangote's son or uh, like a senator's son or something now. Because you it's not I'm not insulting anybody here oh. Because you are still like middle class and these are
Mm.
like high class, do you admit that there's a bit of a financial difference? And because of this
Mhm.
financial difference, there could possibly be
Yeah, I get what you're saying, but what I'm saying in essence is that um All of these are just one of the don't let me say use cases because now I'm sounding technical. Just one out of the factors. The truth is that inherently our culture, whether you are in wealth, whether you are poor, whether you are grown, you are young, our culture placed more emphasis of respect, of honor on men, on boys. You will see even boys as young as 4 in homes that they will tell the older sisters, don't do this, don't beat your brother, don't da da da. He's a boy, he's a man.
Mm.
So he's a
Unlock me.
ọkùnrin lada. You hear things like that. So it's not necessary. The problem did not stem just from wealth. It only gets escalated
Exactly.
when there is an additional factor beef up the to beef up the man's power or ego. So it doesn't stem from that gap. There is a foundational problem already of patriarchy, of putting men ahead. So culturally, whether or not you are poor, you see a poor man that is the wife that is feeding him, we still have more honor in the house. I'm not saying that that's not to say that you should not honor your husband, whether or not you have more power, more financial power. But what I'm trying to say is that we have a cultural problem of patriarchy that now is escalated with any other factor that can aid the men. So culturally in marriages, whether or not there is financial power, there is this men culturally or traditionally. So culturally men are usually given more power. And then it only gets escalated when there are more factors to beef up their ego, their heads. Let's put it that way. So if we're going to talk about culturally, we would say yes, men. We'll say yes, men have more power in marriages. But as we said earlier, that just goes to show that there's a malfunction.
Exactly.
Because marriage, once there's anything like that, there's going to be power tussle. Has there ever been a place where there is power to be grabbed and someone will not want to grab the power, especially when there is a gap? And that should not be the case in marriage. That should not be the case in marriage.
That is not God's idea.
Yes, that's not God's idea. But the problem now is that a lot of people go into marriage with their own ideas, with their own baggages that I've seen this happen and I'm not going to let it happen. Some men who go into marriage with, I am the man, I am the head of my family. No woman can come and, a lot of cultural bullshit that they've, sorry, can I use that word?
Yeah, you can.
Okay. A lot of cultural nonsense. Let me stop. A lot of cultural nonsense that they've imbibed from their families. Maybe they saw their father, do those things, or in their society they've seen a lot of that nonsense, and they go in with I'm the man, I'm the this, I'm the that. I will not be disrespected, And then the woman also comes in with, I've seen my mother being ridiculed, being oppressed. I'm not going to let this happen. And then you now have two opposing ideologies coming together, and now there's now a clash of titans. Now everybody's going at loggerheads.
So,
But truth, no one should actually be disrespected in the home.
Exactly.
Whether the husband or the wife. If you feel like because you are the one paying the bride price, you see her as
a property,
a commodity, yes, something
to control.
Exactly. Then the person is basically just looking for a glorified slave or something.
Mm.
But that's the idea that a lot of these cultural practices like bride price and all the things that they are buying because you usually hear it where a lot of men would say that because I paid your bride price, I've
No,
essentially
no,
bought
no, no,
you.
no, 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 no. I disagree. The paying of bride price and all of those things is not, that's not where it stems from.
No.
It is people who have made it to
Warped
mean exactly
people
to
have warped original
in their
ideologies.
own senselessness and corrupt mind.
Hmm.
They have made it to mean that once they pay the bride price, no.
Dowry is a long standing tradition. I believe you should. Oh, sorry, please.
So, bride price, as you said, there's a long,
Yeah, it's an age long
yes,
tradition,
it's an
but
age-long tradition, and it was never meant to mean that the parents were selling their daughters, and that was what brought up this issue in Yoruba land, wherein the parents of the bride stopped collecting the parents of the bride stopped collecting the dowry
Hmm.
from the husband because
Yes.
men were now you saying that because they paid the dowry, blah blah blah, they could do whatever. So the parents of the bride stopped collecting the dowry from the men. If they even collect it, they'll give it to the daughter, the bride,
Hmm.
just so that they can say that where do you used to say it when you is
We are not
wole.
selling our daughter.
We're not sending our daughter,
Hmm.
and because parents started seeing those abuse and malfunction, as I like to call it, and excesses from the men in regards to the treatment of their daughters. So that just goes to show that paying of bride price is not so that they can see the women as entities or as properties to be used or controlled. In fact, I believe that if a marriage, whether Christian, traditional, or whoever,
Hmm.
stems from a place of love,
Hmm.
you will not see your partner as a property to be
hmm
used
hmm
or
Hmm.
controlled. And I think that's the number one issue. Mm, Many people don't know how to love. In fact, it's a big problem in our generation that a lot of people are selfish in the way they love. Is what they can get, what they can get in that moment that they're always thinking about. But once we begin to see marriage from a perspective of what can I give,
Hmm.
I think things would get better.
Also, apart from that, I believe there are many badly trained adults.
Yes.
There are many people who are just grown in age but are highly immature.
Mm.
That
Some of them
no,
they
no matter how much you try to uh look at it, the person might love you, yes, but then you will see they're actually experiencing serious struggles.
Hmm.
They're experiencing serious struggles in the union, not because the husband, let me say, doesn't love you, but just because the person was terribly trained while growing up.
Hmm.
And then now this same person is trying to uh, do what they can, while the other person is like, you should be able to do more than this. And I believe in a way that's where love and patience now comes in. Love in the sense that if you truly love the other person like you claim to, you would do whatever you can to make sure you are a better person, not just for that other partner, but also for yourself, for your future self.
Mm.
And it's not as if I'm just saying these things. That was our marriage too was. Although mine, it wasn't that maybe I was badly trained. Nah, yeah, one did our best. Yeah, but then I went to boarding school. I've spent. Is it plenty? Calm down.
This brings us
Yeah.
to the issue of gender roles. Like, do you experience gender roles? Like, do you have gender roles? Do you have specific roles, like in the marriage? Like, do you believe that there's gender roles in the marriage? Like, a man cannot cook, or a man cannot clean, or a man cannot do
Oh,
anything like that?
okay. So let me. The when we had uh, our first child, there was a particular time in that period that I was cooking more than she was because at those times she just couldn't. We were talking about it before you came in. That there was that period where I was the one that was basically in the kitchen every day. And why was I in the kitchen? Because my wife is so stressed. I think, luckily for me, I had stopped working in person at the office, so I was working remotely. I had more. I wasn't as stressed as before, although yeah, I was working longer hours, normal. But then I wasn't as stressed because I did not have to maybe board vehicle or drive down to VI or Lekki or something where the office was. So that means my wife was more engaged. Sometimes it would be until maybe 6 p.m. or 7 that she would be back. It would be wrong, highly wrong, for me to expect that woman to enter inside the kitchen and cook for me. That is not love. Because when you check, love does not put oneself above others. If you truly love as Christ says we should love, you should be able to do things to make the other person better. Till today, probably about maybe 90% of the time, I take the bath of our kids. She cooks more than before now because of, well, she's a better cook. We both know that. Although she can't make my noodles, it's not possible. uh, yeah, but then uh, she does the clothes.
Mm.
Yeah, we have a washing machine, so please, I'm not slaving her. Why? Because she washes better than I do. We've known that since. I like ironing, but she complains that I iron too slowly because I would make sure that every single line is lining well so I can spend maybe 30 minutes ironing something that she would in 5-10 minutes. So if we're rushing, she doesn't want me to go near near the iron. But if we're not rushing, oh, we don't have uh traditional roles. We don't even have gender roles. Although when we had our children, there were times that I did the carrying. a number of times. Why? Because she experiences backache when she carries or when she carried the kids. So why would I see that and then I will say, is the mother that carries the child, so I cannot. We got a baby carrier. It's my child. There are times in the house that I back my child because she's tired. If I don't do that, who will? What is it that says? Is it dead all? Yeah, it's dead all. So we actually don't believe in gender roles. And
Anybody can do
yeah,
anything.
you as long as you have the capacity to do it. Yeah. Uh,
Alright. Do you have anything you want to add?
He has given all the examples. He has said all the plenty. Is there anything I want to say again? He has said everything. We don't
So if
believe
you
in
were
gender
going
roles.
to, if you were going to wrap up, if you were going to like give advice to anybody who's planning to get married or is in a marriage or anything, how would you best promote marriage?
Promote marriage. If you
Yeah.
like, don't marry now. Any wish your turn, don't marry. Be alone, no. Be alone now. Stay on your own. Don't marry. Hmm? People like we will not let you brave. That's a joke. But I think my number one advice to anyone who is in a marriage is ask God for what you need to do. There is no one size fits all when it comes to marriage. I might say, or we might say, we don't do gender roles. We believe in biological roles, mind you.
yeah.
That's the only stipulated, set in stone role. Biological roles. The woman is to carry the pregnancy, birth a child, breastfeed. For every other thing, if you can do it, do it. But that's for us.
Yeah.
That's for us. And one of the things we that helped us was we were able to talk about some of these things before we got married. So my number one advice to anyone who is first to anyone who is planning on getting married is when you are dating, date wisely. Dating, the time of dating is not the time to begin to engage in sex and all of that. It's the time to actually talk, go deep, know your partner's core values. What is their opinion about gender roles? What is their opinion about finance? What is their opinion about patriarchy? How would they feel if you were earning more money? Now, I'm talking from the lady's point of view. How would they feel if you want to be sending money home to your parents, to your siblings? You know, what is their idea of investment, or what do they know about investment and savings?
Mm-hmm.
These are important issues that should be talked about before you get married. What is their idea about pregnancy? What is the idea about virginal birth? Is it vaginal birth? Not virginal, vaginal birth. Some people don't believe in doing CS. Some men,
Yes.
if you believe that if you don't do
Ah,
CS, what is their idea about infertility? What do they understand?
some cannot even allow a male doctor
Yes.
be
Some men,
your
yes, be your
gynae.
gynae. Putting their wives at risk.
Ah,
What is their idea about infertility, about adoption? Because you don't know. Do they believe in IVF? I heard someone very close to me and I was pained. The person said, oh, if he does not impregnate his wife, that he is going to cheat and impregnate someone else. I was like, what do you
oh, if
mean?
if you already believe in cheating as a resort in marriage, then
No, no, no. That if they have to do IVF, that if he is very traditional in that sense,
mm,
and if he does not impregnate her, you know, naturally, that he would have to go and impregnate her. I'm like,
yeah, I'm not saying like
Has
if
he
it
ever
comes to the point
has he
that
ever
that
thought that
is
it might be
even
the
is an
problem in the
option.
relationship?
hmm?
Have you ever thought that it might be the problem in the relationship?
Let's
That's
even
not even an
imagine. Let's
issue.
even
Like
imagine.
in
Mm-hmm.
this sense, it's that's not even the problem now. It's the fact that I don't know.
The reason why I'm saying what I'm saying is because this it was the exact same thing that Baba Segi
I
was
was just I
was
was just going to say that
was
that's Baba
wanting.
No,
Segi's line.
that one. Let's even imagine that the husband is not the issue. So you understand? Let's even imagine that
Yes,
they've
Yeah.
done all the testing,
yes.
because for you, he is not even saying that he's not open to ideas. But what he's saying is that if they have to go through that route or
Hmm.
that route, that oh, that
He
is
has to do it naturally.
yes, and that also just goes to that just also goes to show
Hmm.
how sorry, that just goes to show how some people their reasoning is, and that's why
Hmm.
it's very important to talk about all of these things before marriage. Discuss discuss it down to what is your fetish. All these things that people don't even think. Don't ask stupid questions. Have you eaten? What's your favorite color? Who is your favorite actress? No.
Who was your first crush?
Ask important deep questions,
Hmm.
because then you can know who you're dealing with.
Hmm.
A broken relationship is better than a broken marriage.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So it's better you know all of these things and then you quickly break it off.
For people like me that I don't used to hesitate to shut down
Talking stage. You don't
talking
even get
stage.
to you have a problem.
No, it's not that I have a problem per se. The thing is, the longer you stay single and the older you get, there's a lot of things you begin to realize that you don't want
Yes.
in your life. I think I was
And that's why I think that dating should even be more for people like
mm,
you than for younger people that don't have not even decided on what they want yet in their life.
People that don't know their next move, their next line of action in
That
life,
is hard for
they
them to
should not be
decide.
looking for why are they dating? Because I believe the purpose of dating is okay, you believe you are at a point where maybe you're close to you're already thinking about the idea of marriage. So you are getting ready.
mm,
Not just that you're in 200 level and oh let me have a boyfriend. Uh,
So I think
I
you
think
yourself.
when I was much younger, like 100 level, 200 level, yes, I think it's more of peer pressure and more of, like, let me be having somebody that will be calling and be doing midnight
and that
calls
was
with.
the norm.
That was no, yeah. But
Yeah.
the older I got, the more I came to realize that uh, that was just me succumbing to the opinions of people around.
Around, yeah.
Yes, and I came to realize something that even at that age, I was very impressionable.
Mm.
Now that I'm much older, though I don't think I'm much wiser, but now I'm older, I know myself a bit now. I think, okay, a clear example was there was somebody I met, and then we started talking. We met at the workspace, so we started talking, and
Ooh. Is this what I think it
this
is?
is not who you think it is. So he's a cinematographer, right? So
Okay.
we
Ah,
met, and then
I've
we
heard
started
someone
talking.
call himself cinematographer, and
We started talking, and then he was like, so one thing I noticed, like very early on in when we started talking, was he had this thing where he would talk over me, where he would literally like talk over me, like I could be voicing out my opinion on something, and then he would start talking over me, and immediately I think I did it the first time, I calmed down. He did it the second time, and then the time when he did it the third time, I just I was like, okay, you've done something and you've done this thing 3 times, and I've been watching you. I don't like this, because I try as much as possible to be. My mom and my sister would say that I'm usually very harsh with men. Like I'm very strict with them, and I should try to be more. relax. That probably because I'm overly strict is why men used to run away from me. So I was like, okay, because these days now, because they plan to kick me out of the house because I don't have man.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
So I said, okay, let me calm down and let me try and behave myself and look for the man. Let me humble myself according to them. But when even I try to like express myself that in a civil manner that what you are doing, I don't like it, he went ahead again to talk over me and like try to change the subject.
Okay,
And at
so
that point, I was just done. So
yeah.
Exactly.
I cut the call and I didn't talk to him again. So I was telling my mom like, okay, this was up, and then she was like, you still have calmed down and everything. And I think this is like
No,
the basis
that's their generation. That's their problem.
that compromising thing.
Yes.
I believe it's also a thing of people not understanding the kind of value they carry,
Yes.
because it's painful to see someone who who is at the level of, say, a manager for a top hotel in Lagos getting married to a riffraff, that all this guy wants to do is just drink, uh, drive around in his wife's vehicle, act the big boy because she's making the money for both of them.
Mm.
And then you get to wonder, how did these two people meet? Is it love? Maybe. But then I'm not saying all the times, many times it's from desperation. What value have you placed over yourself? If you don't get married, do you think you've lost your value as a human? Now, I'm using the extreme case. When I met this coconut head here, she was obviously the most brilliant person in the room. In most rooms that she would walk into, you will know this is someone that is highly brilliant and also highly intelligent. That was the first thing that drew me to her. Well, she's beautiful. Oh. But I knew that this person is smarter than me. Let's say the truth. I know. It's not something that I need a prophet to be saying.
Mm.
And I was like, this is the kind of person I want to build serious friendship with. Because I can see, apart from the brilliance, the loving heart, I can see all of those things. And these are the things that I personally place serious value on. She too, one more play, no bad.
Alright, take your mic and talk the
She was
truth.
the one.
Take the mic and
Wait,
talk the
okay,
truth.
so let me even expose her
Don't
right
talk,
now.
don't talk for her.
She confessed it herself after some years. When she was in 100 level, she will be looking at me setting up instruments, and she will be crushing that. Who is this? Who is this? Who is this person?
You're a pastor.
Eh?
You're a pastor.
So you did not.
When did I say that?
Eh? You said that about maybe 3 years ago. Yeah,
Me,
it has.
it's not that I don't drink. I think maybe I was drunk.
But you should have said it.
Me, I never said that actually.
So what did you say?
I said I did not like you at first.
At first, not at first. I mean later.
I never said anything like that.
You did.
I did not.
You did.
Hi, man. Fear man. Fear man.
Maybe,
You
maybe you
did.
said it, I did not know that. You said it.
Yes, she cannot remember.
Let me talk about my mind.
Yeah. So,
I
but
cannot now. I can't remember. You can imagine.
You must have said something to that effect.
yes,
Never 14
I'm just trying to give benefit of that you didn't pull it out of thin air. That
Ah,
you gotten it from
at
somewhere.
this point,
I did.
he's probably working with Jafar.
Wow, nice one, nice one, nice one.
Mm-hmm.
But then, really, she knew what she wanted
Mm.
in a person that she would spend the rest of her life with, and she made sure that she did not go for less. She didn't settle. Many people experience terrible marriages because they settle.
Mm.
Who are you? What are your core values?
Mm.
What are the things that you know you cannot do without in someone you would spend the rest of your life with? Put those things out, list them down. What are the ones that you can still negotiate, you can make compromises on?
Exactly.
What are the ones you can never compromise on? Those are the things that should form the basis of your idea.
For me, I cannot compromise on money.
On
On money.
mm,
I'm poor.
that's
I'm
that,
I'm poverty.
that's
I cannot
flimsy.
marry. I cannot marry. No, see. Let me explain. Let me explain it to you.
Yeah.
Let me explain it to you this way. I know what poverty is because I'm in it. So to go from one poverty to another, it doesn't make any sense. I'm struggling to like manage lower middle class. So if I'm going to get married, probably somebody be it doesn't have to be high class. I think high class is like too much of a financial gap. You get
Okay, but
so,
then the thing is,
but at least
why
upper
should
middle class.
if you are not looking for someone within the financial gap as you,
Yes.
why would you think the guy would now also be
I know you will not look
looking?
at me too, but you should look at my potential.
So that's the thing. That's why I said it is flimsy. And the reason I said that is uh okay, when Ori and I got married,
Mm,
that was 2018.
mm,
I was uh earning how much? I was earning 100,000 naira per
mm.
month.
That was something there now.
Yeah, it was something. We could afford a two-bedroom apartment. But then the funny thing is, we got married in August.
Mm.
By December, we were told at the company that they could no longer afford to pay salaries.
So the upper middle class man you want to marry.
Could eventually become poorer than a church rat.
So on that issue of you not being not compromising on money, I understand your view, your point, but I'm not saying you can marry a poor man. No, don't get me wrong. But when you see some men, you know that this one is a lazy person.
Yeah.
You see some men, you know that this person is hardworking. Things haven't just aligned yet.
I think I can stop with that one.
Yeah, so it's not necessarily a money issue. There are some people that have the money and they are they just have the money per chance.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's per chance, and them not knowing how to manage it well will be their greatest downfall. There are some people that they don't yet have the money, but they know how to manage it. And once they have the opportunity to grab wealth. Once God puts it in their hands, they will manage your finances and their own together, and it will be something beautiful. So I think what you should not compromise on
Mm.
is not money, but instead somebody who has a financial sense, who is wise financially. Because
Mm.
I think that's one thing our parents in their generation they lacked, which
That
is one thing,
financial.
yes, which is one thing that we also suffered from,
Mm.
which is what you're suffering from as well.
Mm.
So, what do you do to put an end to that pattern? Is not by marrying into wealth or into money, but
Mm-hmm.
by marrying into financial literacy. Someone who
Yes.
knows how to multiply wealth, who knows how to do good with money,
Mm.
and then you guys can put an end to that pattern.
Or someone who even understands to some point systems, structure.
Yeah, that's what I
Yeah.
mean by financial literacy. Somebody who knows how to do this thing, you know,
Mm.
and will gladly pass on the knowledge to you.
Mm.
Like when you are dating, you guys are already sharing. He's already sharing stock this thing with you, or
Mm.
savings ideas and stuff like that. He's already telling you things to do, or you
Yes.
share it. Hey, wait, did you just put pepper under your eye? Okay. Or is sharing, you share a business idea with him and he's already telling you, oh, um,
You can
let's,
do it like
yes, let's
this.
do it like
This.
this, let's do that. And he's already, oh, can I invest?
Mm.
Someone like that, even if he doesn't have millions in his account,
Mm.
you know that this person, if he has millions tomorrow, is going to do great with it.
Mm.
And definitely is not going to be stingy with his millions. There are some people that they have money, but you will not see chichi in their money. I'm not saying you should depend on a man's money, no, don't get me wrong. But if you're in a relationship, the person must not be stingy. You two must not be stingy to the
Mm.
person. That's a no-brainer.
Mm.
So I
Now, I'm
just
not
think
saying that I want to marry someone like so that I can like. I'm not saying I want to marry someone that is rich so that I can like be spending his money or
no,
something.
no, no.
It's just
I
that
understand. I
Yeah.
get your view.
uh,
I totally do.
I
I
need the
understand.
exposure of no, because there's
But
nothing that
but
comes with
but
marrying somebody that is in a different financial class than yourself.
yes,
There's the exposure, there's
but you know
the
that both of you can actually push yourself and
Yeah.
create your own.
You can create that future for
Yes.
yourself.
but the people that are meeting now, they're very, very stupid.
Start praying that God should order my steps, Baba.
I
Eh,
think I need to leave this entire place.
but no, I say it a lot that if you're single, you're young, you're single, you want to meet people, go out. You cannot stay where you are. You are not Adam. Oh. God will not bring your Eve to come and meet you where you are. No, that will not happen. It most definitely will not happen. So go out, prayerfully meet people. Because even if you say, oh, you want to meet somebody in a higher class, it's inside Alagbadi, you want to meet them.
It's true.
So
I think it was really, really wonderful having you guys on the podcast today. So thank you so much, Fortunate and Ore. Or should we say Ore and Fortunate now?
fortunate and Ore.
Fortunate and Ore.
Yes.
Mm. Thank you guys so much for coming. It was very enlightening, I think. We probably should, since we all came from the same school, probably should post this to one of our group chats. I think
I'm not in any of the group chats. So,
I will see. I will see if we can. I think it's been nice though. Really nice.
eh,
For those ones that still remember, they'll be like, oh, what's your name? Technical director that year. Then they now left. Yeah.
Mm.
This was a
Yeah.
people I didn't really know already then because I didn't really know already then. So really fortunate that I didn't know.
I knew you now.
See, that's a lot of people would know me, but me,
But it's not like I knew you knew you.
eh,
But
knew.
I knew you, right? Because I knew Okwe well.
Yeah, yeah,
I knew Okwe very
yeah.
well.
But then everybody have gone their separate ways now. That's how life is. Some of us we meet later on. Some of us meet and part two. We never meet again. Anyway, so that's the end of today's episode. I will have an interview with a single person, I think next week or upper week, because I think this week we're entering, I'll be very busy. So we'll see about upper week.
Okay.
Till then, let's read a book, let's go out, let's have some fun, and we'll see. Good night.